From a very soggy Coolray Field in suburban Atlanta, Georgia, it is USL Soccer on ESPN+. The home stripes, ATL UTD2, coming in with a record of 5-15 in 8 Game 2 of the 7-game homestand that finishes their 2018 season. Plays spoiler up against Nashville Soccer Club, visiting with a record of 10, 9, and 10, fighting for their playoff lives. Alongside Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. And Jason, you want to talk about a gaggle. Nashville SC is a part of a gaggle trying to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for Nashville. They have games in hand on the New York Red Bulls 2 and Ottawa Fury, who are right now above that playoff line. Nashville 2 points back, but 3 games in hand on Ottawa. They have struggled on the road here lately. They are winless in their last 4. They need a big bounce back right here tonight.
Needed their water wings last time out against the Charleston Battery. They probably brought them with them here tonight to Coolray Field. When you talk about the home side stripes, there's a player that is not in the 18 tonight, but has been a focus recently in one of the cool stories of the season for ATL UTD2.
Alessandro Castro with an outstanding first professional goal from the weekend. Made it to SportsCenter's top 10, was the #1 spot. He's the perfect example of what ATL UTD2 is trying to do this season.
When we come back, it will be starting lineups. It will be the start of the match itself. It is the stripes. It is Nashville SC chasing after the playoff bar. Answers coming up with the first half. We'll have coaches. We'll have lineups from Coolray Field just around the corner. You're watching ESPN Plus and USL Soccer. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Johnson, you've got to be kidding me! Shot in! Alex Mendoza! Goal! That's the other! Sunday the other way! Oh, what a goal! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba! Pure brilliance from Ricardo Pereira. Wazinski diving stop. Must-see TV.
Welcome back to Coolray Field. Kickoff just around the corner between the stripes, ATL UTD2 and the visiting Nashville SC folks. Jason Longshore alongside John Nelson. And Jason, when you look at the lineups, we'll start off with the visitors. What do you see?
For Nashville, it's a homecoming of sorts for a couple players. Kosuke Kimura, Michael Reed played professionally here in Atlanta in 2015. They get to return to just outside of Atlanta, but a big opportunity for Nashville tonight.
And you look at the lineup in and of itself, a lot of the faces that were there in the mire and the muck at First Tennessee are in this lineup here tonight. So substitution might be interesting to take a peek at the rest of the 18. Now ATL UTD2, what do you see?
Jose Hernandez gets the start. He made his MLS debut as a substitute on Saturday night against Real Salt Lake. Hernandez is a guy who's needed some minutes this year. It's a great opportunity for him at left back. He just needs consistent playing time right now.
We'll take a peek at that as well. You see a bunch of familiar names And you look at the head coaches. We'll start off with the visitors and Gary Smith. And you mentioned familiarity. Familiarity there on the touchline for Nashville SC2.
It's a homecoming of sorts for Gary Smith. He was here in 2015 as well.
And on the flip side, you go to Scott Donnelly. Both coaches in their first seasons here. And once again, this is game 2 of the run-in for ATL UTD2, the last 7 matches at home. And it's about continuing growth and continuing to see the development of the players, and to see that light come on has been really special this season.
For me tonight, I want to see how that light comes on after back tonight. There are some new faces in it. It's going to be critical to see how Atlanta starts. Nashville 13-0-4 when they score first, 10-0-2 when they lead at halftime. Atlanta United has to get off to a hot start to control this match.
And reminder, we had pregame rain most of the middle of the afternoon, so keep an eye on what is the infield here at Coolray Field. It has grass placed over it, and it is fairly well seamed in, but there have been squeegees, and the squeegees have been getting a workout, Jason, in the early part of what's been going on here at Coolray so far.
For sure, but with the baseball season over, we'll see if that helps this surface a little bit tonight.
Nashville in their gold kits with the white shoulders, moving from right to left here in the first 45 minutes, and the stripes in their home, up and down, red and black.
Looks like a 4-1-4-1 for Atlanta in the early going. That was what we were told would be the case coming in. I want to see how that actually plays out with Wheeler Aminu and Goslin in front of Ollie Shannon.
Miles Robinson knocks it out as Tucker Hume was trying to chase. Activity in the box, and a whiff with the right foot over the inline, and it will be goal kick, only about 30 seconds in for Paul Christensen.
Got a piece of that, didn't get much of that shot. It's going to be tough when the crosses and passes skip off of the grass here tonight.
It's going to be one of the parts that meteorology has played into all of this. I want to see really how it responds in both sections of the field, where you're looking at the outfield right now with Atlanta United 2, ATL UTD 2 working from their left to right. And one of the other good stories there in the third base slush is John Gallagher, and he ends up back up with it again, trying to work his way down the near side. Right foot looking for Romario. Too much there. Kosuke Kimura on the back of Romario, but it goes to the stripes in the corner.
Hernandez drops it to Wheeler Aminu.
Over the top of everybody, overcooked just a bit. Goal kick.
Early going, the infield sod actually played okay. It looked a little dodgy there at first with Gallagher kind of splashing through it, but second attempt he glided over it. Looked all right. I think we're going to be okay. Squeegees did their job.
Squeegees did their job. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so this evening, whether it's on your favorite device, large or small. Pickens introduces it back in. Joam looking to send it. Miles Robinson gets there first. Back to Christensen, who will try to clear with his right and sends it out.
It's going to be difficult for ATL UTD2 to win those long balls out of the back. Tucker Hume, 6'5". Atlanta just has no one who can go up and win those against him. You have to try to pick up that second ball when it comes off of Hume's head.
And considering that Tucker Hume is from Austin, Texas, I guess it's safe to say that he is officially a tall drink of water?
That would be accurate, yes.
Liam Doyle with it from near to far. Justin Davis sends it forward with the left, looking for Rapapa Mensah. Mensah tries to keep it in, cannot, and he'll go back to Christensen to send it back in here late in minute number 3.
Justin Davis moving to center back has been one of the more interesting things this season for me for Nashville. He made his career as a left back, first with Minnesota United in the lower divisions, then moving up to MLS with them last year. Now he's moved into the center and not on the left either. He gives you a guy with a great left foot who's on the right side. We saw there he just misjudged the long ball looking for Rapapa Mensah.
Joam tries to send it toward Christensen. No one else there in a gold kit. And Christensen trying to find Andrew Carlton Over the touchline, throw in for Nashville SC.
Looked like Christensen hit a knuckler there.
Taylor Washington. Back to Doyle. Doyle tries to send it in with the left. Sends it into Christensen, easy pickings.
Big night tonight for Romario Williams. The minutes for him in Major League Soccer have been a little slim as of late. Needs these minutes tonight to stay fresh.
Work over at the far, ends up after a couple of jousts with Nashville SC. But back to the stripes, working center circle. Intercepted with some quick passing back and forth here in minute number 5.
Great read initially by Goslin, but then the second ball looking for him, couldn't find him.
Davis sends it with the right, looking for Mensah, has him. Mensah can't control, but Tucker Hume can. Sent all the way over here to Taylor Washington near side. Trying to work his way past Gallagher, cannot, but it will be a corner kick.
For a guy who played forward last season at Notre Dame, John Gallagher has turned into a pretty good right back very quickly.
And we've seen that progression for Gallagher, and it's been, you know, once again you look at the stories that we've had to be able to see this season for ATL UTD2, and I think that that's definitely one that you sit there and you underline as one of the big progressions that we've seen with the Stripes this season.
And he gives you a great ability to attack out of the back as well.
Sent in, headed over the bar. It'll be goal kick. First corner of the night for Nashville SC.
Yeah, Liam Doyle unable to get over that one.
Now obviously we'll be keeping an eye on all of the other action going on in the Eastern Conference. A lot of early kicks. Ottawa and Toronto FC2 right now. They are early second half. Ottawa Fury leading that one right now 1-0.
That's a key one for Nashville to keep an eye on.
As we mentioned, everybody in and around the playoff bar in the East, it's going to be a very busy run-in for a couple of teams. Other action kicking off at 7 o'clock at 6:30 Eastern, Pittsburgh and Penn. Pittsburgh trying to solidify their spot toward the top of the ladder. Also 7 o'clock kicks in addition to this one here at Coolray. North Carolina FC at Charleston, Tampa at Indy 11, FC Cincinnati at Richmond, everything else out west.
Great ball by Justin Davis.
Jome tries to settle with the left, sends it in, big save, empty net and in. Jome with the left. Gets the paw out to save it, but no one there to help out after the rebound, and it ends up in the back of the net.
Christensen able to make the first save, but unable to keep it out. Whole thing started with the ball out of the back by Justin Davis. He's able to play that over the top. Atlanta scrambling to try to defend, and they're never able to recover. Christensen left out to dry after making the first save. Rebound touched home easily.
So in the 7th minute, Nashville SC with the first one on the board, and Ropapa Mensah, officially referred to as unassisted in the playbook and in the score sheet. So Mensah gets his goal on the board. 7th minute, Nashville SC gets a big goal to get their momentum swinging here in the 7th.
Another early goal conceded by ATL UTD2. It was a little earlier than that against North Carolina. Now Alessandro Castro answered back to cut it to 1-1 very quickly. Went downhill from there. We'll see how Atlanta bounces back in this one tonight.
Cochran and Metcalf over at the far, going back and forth. Miles Robinson tries to send it forward. Andrew Wheeler-Amanu was thinking it was going to stay with the Stripes, and it does.
Big difference tonight in the lineup. More first-team players for Atlanta United, to MLS players on loan to the USL club. A little more veteran experience. You would expect them to be able to handle the adversity a little bit better than the younger squad over the weekend.
So let's see what happens here. Gallagher working it around. All the way over and back again. This time, once again, man wearing the armband, Jack Metcalf. Goslin Thought about Gallagher. Sent it back to Miles Robinson. Worked forward, a little two-man game off to the side. Was it kept in? Nope. Throw in Nashville SC.
Wheeler Amanu nearly walked down the tightrope to play that to Jose Hernandez. We've seen Hernandez deep in the final third a couple of times now.
Heading toward minute number 10. 1-0 Nashville SC as Hume tries to send it across, and he does to Taylor Washington. Cleats really in there from Andrew Carlton, gets the turnover. Romario clipped from behind, and they're going to call it just outside the box.
That's that work defensively that we've talked about all season. Andrew Carlton gets stuck in, forces the turnover, and then Romario Williams earns the free kick in a very dangerous spot for Atlanta.
Allen Wynn in a brief stare down contest. So let's see what happens here with everybody lined up. Your officials tonight, your referees Elton Garcia, the assistants Corey Richardson and Kevin Huey, your fourth official Kyle Johnston. So Mr. Garcia just making sure that Nashville SC is back 10. Let's see what Andrew Carlton can do here. As Gallagher wandering in front of him just a little bit. Mario Williams trying to direct a little traffic, sent in with the right, punched out Pickens. Chipped back in, trying for a second opportunity, but it stays with the Stripes. Big work there to try to keep possession, sent over into the far corner. Left foot, looking for it. Carlton was going for the header, but it looks like it was touched last by Nashville SC, corner near side, and it will be a Creature Comforts corner kick.
Great work by Andrew Carlton there on the free kick, forces the save from Pickens. Then he goes up at the end of it for a header on the back post, earns the corner kick that he's taking now.
So let's see what Carlton has in mind. Sends it in with the right to the middle of the box. Headed once. Miles Robinson tries to come up with some kind of a twist. Didn't get anything on it, but the Stripes maintain possession. Ball slowed down in the slosh right there near second base. Sends it over the inline, goal kick.
Let's go back to that free kick from Andrew Carlton just outside the 18. Well struck, going for the near post. Pickens just safety first. Both hands to it, punches it out wide. Not all the way clear. Atlanta had another crack at it, but good job by Carlton. Good job by Pickens as well to keep that out.
So we're here minute number 12. Pickens sends it deep. ATL UTD2 gets the joust first. Kimura tries to send it high and deep, and it's out, so it'll be an ATL UTD2 throw. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Mario Williams with it to Gallagher. Gallagher into the infield, slows it down, sends it forward to Carlton. Give and go activity, yes there is, but Gallagher can't hang on to it.
Great ball from Andrew Carlton.
Mensah with it, those center circle, slide tackle to keep it away from Nashville SC. Sticks with the Stripes, and some great contact here.
AJ Cochran, strong tackle at midfield. Looks like Atlanta's settling into the match a little bit now, but it's an uphill climb after giving up the early goal.
Shannon chasing after Mensah. Mensah looking for Hume. Hume will track it down, but Miles Robinson nice in pursuit, pushed from behind by the big 6'5" forward, and it's a whistle, and it's going to stick with the Stripes.
That speed is one of the reasons Miles Robinson went number 2 in the MLS Super Draft. Such a great athlete. This is why he's projected as a possible U.S. men's national team center back. He has had a ton of experience this season in USL. It's been great for his development. When we've seen him in MLS this season, it's been better and better each time. This season with ATL UTD2 has been critical for Miles Robinson, and look for him to push for starting minutes next season.
Early minute 14. Christensen finds Carlton. He can't keep control of it. A lot of hand fighting going on there with Allen Wynn and Gosselin. It's going to stick with the stripes. Carlton will reintroduce it very, very quickly. Thought he had an idea in numbers. And then Gosselin sends it and hits Ollie Shannon with it, but the stripes maintain possession over to the far.
That's a wake-up call.
Yes, sir. It's probably going to be a bruise in the morning. Cochran trying to find Romario. He does after Joan can't hang on to it. Sent back down. But Hume will come down with it. Miles Robinson again. That's speed, and Gallagher there to help out.
Closing speed for Miles Robinson shuts down Tucker Hume quickly.
I think that might have hit Hume in the arm, but they settle it down. Sticks with Nashville SC, no whistle. Mensah posting up. Ends up going to Metcalf. Metcalf sends it back to Christensen. A little help from the keeper came from Shannon, so let's see what Ollie Shannon can do with it. A lot of space, just jogging it up. He and Gosselin playing catch. Over to Gallagher. Carlton sends it all the way over to Cochran.
Smart decision to switch the point of attack.
Mensah chasing to Shannon, back to Christensen. They'll start it again. Robinson and Gosselin, center circle. Over, and Hernandez with the left sends it in, looking for somebody. Ends up ending up off the head of Liam Doyle, out for a throw for the stripes. Quickly back in. Tried to do something with Romario and Andrew, dribbling out of trouble. Gallagher thinking about it with the right, chips it in over the inline. Not enough English on it, and this will be a Matt Pickens goal kick.
Really difficult for Atlanta attacking here in the first half. Every time the ball hops off of the sod, they seem unsure if it's going to skip, if it's going to stop, if it's going to be a dead hop, if it's going to bounce up high. And it takes that extra second to settle.
And we've been told that the weather report, we could have more of the precip that we had in the middle of the afternoon. But right now we are in the calm before round number 2, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. Hume lumbering in from the far, sends it into the middle of everything and sent back out and cleared, but Kimura comes down with it. Nashville SC trying again, but it ends up with the stripes in the middle of the traffic. It's Gosselin looking for Carlton, who can't control, but Taylor Washington can for a little bit. Goes over the inline, throw in for the stripes and Carlton.
Elton Garcia wants that throw taken from a little bit deeper. This is Garcia's 10th USL match of the season. He has not issued a red card yet. Hopefully that continues.
I was going to hold you to that. I'm going to hang on to that sentence for the remaining 70+ minutes or so to see what happens with that statement. Pinball just inside the box. Stripes finally get a hold of it. Hernandez trying to free Romario, and he can't quite do it, so it comes back to Liam Doyle.
Hernandez and Romario Williams on 2 different pages right there.
Davis, Kimura chipping forward, looking for Mensah. Settled. 3 stripes were there. None of them end up with it, so it's over to Ish Jones. Kimura overlap, right foot cleared. Not settled down enough by Michael Reed, so it'll be a stripes throw here halfway through minute 18.
We mentioned Reed and Kimura in the open. Reed was one of the first signings Gary Smith made when he took over here at Nashville SC. Kosuke Kimura wasn't far behind. Kimura is like an assistant coach on the field for Gary Smith, and Reed was the captain over in San Antonio, born leader, big part of this midfield.
And Kimura gets that as a screen credit, actually listed as a player coach this year. Sent into the box, cleared by Doyle.
They finally made it official.
Yep. Settled down by Wheeler Aminu. A lot of bodies out by second base. Joan comes up with it, sends it back to Kimura. Nashville SC will start again at the far.
Nashville SC had a great piece on Kosuke Kimura at the beginning of the season and his journey to being here in Nashville and joining Gary Smith's staff. Highly recommend going back to pick that one up on the Nashville SC website.
Jome and Hernandez jousting a bit with the cleats. Back to Ish Jome. And we'll try it again with Michael Reed. Switch to Washington.
A lot of space for Washington.
Win available. Gets it. What's he going to do on Gallagher? Come in toward the center. Sends it back out. There's Washington off of the three-man game. Sends in with the right. Looking over to the far side of the box. Picked up. Jones got some space. Can he create? And the idea was there. But the chili dip sends it over the outfield wall. Goal kick.
Good work by Gallagher and Hernandez. They're forcing Nashville to play back, not giving them an easy ball in from the wings. Gallagher first forced a long cross to the back post. Hernandez was able to stand Jome up, force him to play it back to the top of the 18 for a more difficult chance.
And that's one of the first times tonight we've seen Matt LaGrassa involved in the offense, or at least mentioned him by activity. LaGrassa was one of the key cogs in the offense in that 1-1 draw, trying to be the straw that would stir that offense at First Tennessee Park last time out over the weekend.
It's been a bit of a struggle lately for Nashville. 2, 3, and 4 since the beginning of August. Andrew Carlton with a nice turn.
Back to center circle. Robinson and Gallagher. Gosselin. Whoops. Heavy right cleat. Kimura was there to intercept. Hernandez ends up with it. And they're going to whistle Kimura just outside the box at the far side.
Nice recognition from Jose Hernandez to pounce on that. Step in front of Kosuke Kimura. Take the contact. Earn the free kick. Maybe a difficult angle here for Andrew Carlton to put this on goal, but it's in that kind of in-between zone. Matt Pickens has to be ready for something audacious out of Carlton, but you also have Miles Robinson and A.J. Cochran at the back post.
So let's see what Carlton can do here from 22 as Alan Wynn stares him down before they back him up 10.
Jose Hernandez also there to help out.
So let's see if it's the left of Hernandez or the right of Carlton. Robinson in the picket fence. About 15 out. Carlton sends it in quickly, cleared.
Kimura with the header away.
Tipped in with the left. Kept possession. Big wind up and fire. Big block headed back the other way toward the middle of it all, and it stays with the stripes on the throw.
Jack Metcalf shooting from about 30 yards out, and Liam Doyle blocks that one away for a throw at midfield.
Heading toward minute 23, where Papa Mensah scoring in the 7th to make it 1-0 Nashville SC, and that's where we've been since that point. A lot of activity by the Stripes to try to get it in the back of the net for the equalizer. Facing the same situation that happened against North Carolina FC. Gosselin going back and forth with Miles Robinson. Center circle. Sent all the way over to Hernandez. Ish Jome quickly over. Looking it around. Back to Gosselin now at the near. Thought about it with Gallagher, ends up with Metcalf. He ends up back with it himself. Now it's Carlton trying to dribble in and around. Dribbles out of traffic. And back over to Metcalf. Now to Gallagher. Big work there. And they're going to call Washington for sticking the leg out as Gallagher was trying to go by. Had a great idea with the pass. Was chasing after it. Washington stuck out a leg.
It's a great 1v1 move there by John Gallagher. A player who made his living inside the 18 for Notre Dame and at the college level, and now he's forced to take on defenders 1v1. He earns a free kick here. That's a couple fouls in quick succession on Taylor Washington as he's been beaten on the dribble.
We'll see how many more of those he gets before he gets a card that matches the kit. See what's going through the mind of Andrew Carlton here.
It's another free kick in the final third for Atlanta.
Sent in, headed, and over the bar.
A.J. Cochran goes up strong for that, but he's unable to get over top of it and head it down on frame and test Matt Pickens.
So the opportunities have been there for the Stripes here at the quarter pole, the first half of the first half.
It's been a far better performance for Atlanta here than it was against North Carolina. They've bounced back really outside of a couple of opportunities for Nashville. Atlanta's been in control of the match. Nothing to show for it as of yet, though.
Pickens sends it deep. Joust at the center line. Kimura ends up with it. Flat volley to Joan. Magrassa. And back to the Stripes.
Nashville struggling to get really any possession in the attacking half.
And another whistle on Taylor Washington on Andrew Carlton.
That's number 3. As long as Garcia lets Washington foul to get to avoid trouble, he's going to keep doing it, and he should.
Mensah chasing quickly, as there wasn't a whole lot of mustard behind that ball, but it ends up back to Christensen and Miles Robinson. And the Stripes will go back at it one more time. Gosselin looking for help.
Nice turn by Gosselin.
Middle of the pitch, sent all the way over to Hernandez. What's the thought here for Jose? Metcalf in behind. Gets it back. Robinson and Gallagher. Ball just slows down near shortstop and third base, but a good 3-man game there. Good triangle work. Carlton sticks with it, ends up with it. Big right foot. Back post is there, sent down, and Liam Doyle will clear.
Andrew Wheeler-Amanu just trying to head that back across and try to find Romario Williams. Whole play starts with a great little flick from Chris Gosselin. Andrew Carlton sticks with it, wins it back, and puts in a dangerous cross to the back post. Wheeler-Amanu's just trying to head that across to Williams and look for some help.
Gallagher. Room to run down the near side. Big spin out of trouble by Metcalf. Nicely done there. Gosselin. Big right boot sends it over to Hernandez, who will settle looking for Romario, and that's a dangerous play back to Pickens by Justin Davis.
Great first time ball from Jose Hernandez on the big switch across. Doesn't settle it down, plays it right into the path of Romario Williams, and they get away with it. It wasn't pretty, but Nashville's able to escape. Matt Pickens pounces on the loose ball.
Sends the ball back into the attacking third. Nashville SC with it. Reed looking for a posted up Mensah. A lot of folks clicking at Mensah's heels, but he ends up with it. Ollie Shannon the last to chase. Back to Justin Davis, and they'll bring it back around to Doyle. Big left looking to send. Too much. The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. Turning minute 28 here at Coolray Field. 1-0 Nashville SC. The goal by Rapapa Mensah. Minute number 7 is where we are right now. Obviously, we'll let you know what else is going on with all the matchups in the East. Takedown from behind that time by Michael Reed. And ATL UTD2 wanted to start it quickly. They do, with a very deft touch by Metcalf. Cochran with it. We'll try to send it right up the gut to Romario Williams. Carlton tried to do something with the left to try to chip it to Romario. No go. It's going to go back to Nashville, and they'll send it down, but easily picked up that time by A.J. Cochran, who will send it back to Christensen.
I think Carlton might have gotten more of the standing water than the ball as he tried to chip that in for Romario Williams.
Agreed.
Really heavy rain as we arrived here at Coolray Field today. Continued for quite a while. Field's actually holding up really, really well considering.
Gallagher down the near touch, working with Romario, puts it behind him, but sent out by Michael Reed. Throw for the Stripes.
So far, Atlanta having some problems finding Romario Williams in the final third.
Liam Doyle in his 6'4", 199-pound frame right there acting as the shadow, keeping an eye on him at all times. Wheeler-Romanu had it, lost it. Now Mensah's got it at the center line, being chased by Wheeler-Romanu, pulls it back. What's the thought? Right foot. Miles Robinson there, easy pickings.
Good safe play from Miles Robinson. Made sure he had some time, was able to settle that as it skipped across to him. Been impressed with Miles tonight.
Sent in with the right boot, settled down by Washington. LaGrassa. Nashville trying to work out of their own half. And a big chunk there that time by Hume to try to advance it forward. And flag is up, so it'll go back to the stripes here halfway through minute 31.
LaGrassa nearly able to punch that through to Ropapa-Mensah offside. I feel like Nashville's just been struggling to find that attacking combination all season long. I want to see how Hume and Mensah can play together here and play off of one another. Really haven't seen much of it so far.
Updating the early kick from Lamport Stadium in Toronto. Ottawa still leading Toronto FC 2 by the score of 1-0. Get you the 7 o'clock kicks and their updates when we have them. Gallagher looking to send in with the right, looking for Romario, headed away by Doyle, but picked up once again by Hernandez. Tries to send it in with the left. Kimura with the block. And it will be a throw for the Stripes. Trying to work their way through is Gosselin looking for Hernandez. He finds him over at the far. Thought about sending it in with the right, dribbles it into the center of the pitch itself, looking for Carlton, who's bumped from behind by Doyle. No whistle, and it's going to come back out with Alan Wynn. Wynn being chased by Gallagher, and they'll call the whistle there.
A little inconsistent. Looked like Carlton had a little more contact on him than Wynn did. Smart from Wynn under pressure to earn that free kick. Wynn trying to spin away from trouble. A little bit of a jersey pull there. Atlanta not happy after not getting the call at the top of the 18 with Carlton bumped from behind. But the foul relieves a little pressure, allows Nashville to reset.
Doyle looking for a dance partner, sends it up with the left, looking for Hume. With the big joust there with Cochran. Now quickly double teamed, and once again that's speed getting things squared away for the defense, but it stays in right at the end line. Jome left it thinking somebody was going to be there. Here comes Andrew Carlton.
Heavy touch from Carlton, had the opportunity to go 1v1. Taylor Washington wins that battle.
So set back through, Michael Reed looking with Kimura and Justin Davis. But nobody there, and it's going to be with the Stripes again, looking to spring Romario, so we'll go middle of the pitch. Here comes Gosselin. Gosselin has Carlton to his right, sends it to him. Andrew has a cutter, keeps it, but he'll send Gosselin now instead. Sent in with the right, down low, through everybody, but it looks like it was last touched by Michael Reed, so quick throw for the Stripes here halfway through minute 33.
I don't know how much Reed actually knew about that.
There comes Mensah the other way. Chasing quickly is Metcalf to slow Ropapa-Mensah down. Big switch is there. Alan Wynn looking to go on Miles Robinson. One cleat in the way, two cleats in the way. Kept in, nicely done by Miles Robinson.
Outstanding work. He missed on the first tackle, stuck with it, was able to recover and shut Alan Wynn down.
Carlton, middle of the pitch to the captain and over to Jose Hernandez. Cochran. Work in the middle with Ali Shannon. Wheeler Aminu. And the triangle back. So what's AJ going to do with it? Goes backwards with it. Shannon and Miles Robinson. Push to Andrew Carlton. What's Andrew going to do with it? Over the middle of it all. Picked off by Ish Joam. Opportunity there to send. Off the give and go. Joam is there at the far. Picked up, and here comes Andrew Carlton from behind. Nicely done defensively. Sticks with the stripes, and they're going to try to spring Romario. And they did, but Nashville back defensively. Once again, Davis to Doyle and Washington, and they'll try it again. Wynn and LaGrassa. Back to Doyle. Figure out what to do with that left. So we'll go with the big switch. Kimura settles. Davis. Tries to spring Mensah there with the left. Hernandez on him. Kimura on the wraparound. Cleaton away, nicely defended by Carlton to send it back out towards center circle. And they're going to have to regroup again. Taylor Washington. Grassa can't hang on to it, so it's a turnover. Romario finally touches it. They're going to try to send him, but they can't. Once again, cleats in the way. Kimura, turnover, Nashville SC with it now.
Smart defending from Nashville in the early going.
Joam, Hernandez nicely there in the way. Still active, no whistle. Hernandez comes out with it, and the stripes will break.
Clean tackle for Hernandez. He shuts that cross down from Joam.
We've seen that on a couple of occasions. Strong tackling defensively for ATL UTD2 to get the ball back in these situations. Allen Wynn with it off the interception. He's got Hume to his left, open space to his right, tries to spring with the right. Cleats in the way, pop it up in the air. But it'll stick with Nashville SC. Big Tucker Hume. LaGrassa looking for the switch. It's there. It's all the way back to Justin Davis. Being chased by Carlton. Kimura to Mensah. Heavy touch. Gosselin wanted a foul. Sent back over to Washington. And LaGrassa.
Gosselin and Mensah both going at it. Gosselin holding his face after that first collision with Mensah.
Picked off by Hernandez, but Nashville SC comes up with it once again. Back and forth. Here halfway through minute number 37. One goal 30 minutes ago has stood up so far for Nashville SC.
Gosselin and Mensah again run into each other.
Keep an eye on that one.
Elton Garcia is going to have to keep an eye on that one.
Carlton trying to spring Romario. Flags up.
Slightly mistimed it. Let's look back at these defensive efforts for ATL UTD2. Miles Robinson the first time misses on the first tackle, wins the second one cleanly. Hernandez, big sliding challenge on Ish Joam to prevent the cross. The youngsters for Atlanta's backline have responded well to the early goal.
So let's see what Nashville SC can do here. Doyle playing catch. The switch is there, so he'll take it. Davis and Kimura. Carlton getting cleats in the passing lanes, trying to get a turnover, but it ends up going backwards. 3-on-3 activity forces Pickens to come up now to try to be active in the process, and there's Doyle. We're going to let Doyle dribble through that infield, take his sweet time about it, send it in with the left. Trying to spring Hume. Robinson was there first, and we'll try to bring it up the side. See what Gosselin can do. Gosselin trying to spring Romario, and we're going to get a whistle.
Beautiful flick by Jack Metcalf. Ball ends up at the feet of Andrew Wheeler-Amanu. He earns the free kick just inside the attacking half. All starts with that flick from Metcalf. Ball down the line from Gallagher. Picks out Wheeler-Amanu with the flick. And it's a free kick as we're waiting for another ball. Looks like we had a problem with the last ball that was being used. A replacement was demanded, and now we have it.
It's not like a pitcher in baseball where if you're not happy with one, you just have to tell the umpire that you want a new one now.
I mean, there are quite a few around the field. So.
Okay. Romario trying to post up, fires from top of the key, sends it in, right foot in Pickens. A lot of folks handball in the box, not called. Garcia won't call it. Fans thought that there was going to be some activity after that and a blown whistle, but no handball in the box called by Garcia. The Stripes keep it. Something to peek at when we'll have a chance. Gallagher. And Metcalf, Miles Robinson, Cochran. Let's see what Gosselin can do. Romario, Carlton. Pocket gets picked by LaGrassa. Mensah tries a little give and go, and it's too much. It'll be a throw for the Stripes quickly.
This whole sequence started with the shot from, we'll get back to that in a second, Romario Williams with the shot that was blocked out.
All right, now let's take a look.
Let's try that again. Romario Williams shot blocked at the top of the 18. It falls to Gallagher at the corner, rips a shot low, and it's skipping. Pickens just has to keep it out. It's a tough call because I don't think there was any opportunity for the defender to avoid it if it did hit his hand. That would have been a very tough penalty to concede.
Watch highlights from every game, much like that one from the 2018 season. Stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page at facebook.com/USL Soccer. In the supporters section, rowdy and proud with the activity in the box. They wanted a penalty call, didn't get it. They were the ones with the biggest penalty shout.
They might have the biggest bias in the building as well. Nothing wrong with that, just saying.
Let's see what Michael Reed does here. Looking to send it in big. Jome has it near side, can't control it, but Christensen will after it pops up into the air.
Wheeler-Amanu closed Jome down quickly and blocked that shot.
And frankly, you got to give a shout out to the diehards who sat out the thunderstorms here in the microclimate that is Coolray Field, and they're here tonight.
Fingers crossed the microclimate continues to cooperate.
Yes. Tried to spring Hernandez. Can he get there first? Answer no.
Lots of youth in this Atlanta squad, even though there are more MLS players incorporated into it tonight. Jose Hernandez was at the U20 World Cup last year with Venezuela, helped them get all the way to the final where they fell to England. Andrew Carlton, Chris Gosselin were at the U17 World Cup last year. They're both starting in midfield tonight. Both are actually contenders for the US U20 national team that will be in next year's World Cup if they qualify.
High elevation there off the joust. Mensah tries to come down with it after the second opportunity. And there was a gating by Gosselin, but it ends up in the feet of Nashville SC. Nice defensive play again to close it down so Alan Wynn can't close the deal.
Miles Robinson with the sliding block.
Romario. Doyle was there, but they're going to call Romario after chasing after the ball. Cleats into the body there, so a foul on 9. And let's see what happens here.
cleats into the sliding Nashville players, what it looked like. Romario Williams with a poor first touch. It gets away from him and he's chasing, trying to recover. Nashville player on the ground. Looked like Romario might have stepped on him.
Alan Wynn finally sorted things out, and they'll start back quickly. Taylor Washington thought about sending it in with the left, but he'll bring it back out to Wynn.
Nashville took that very quickly while Wynn was slow to get up. Heard a couple shouts from the Atlanta squad about that one.
Doyle trying to spring LaGrassa into the corner. Miles Robinson right there with it, but picked up. Washington sends it in with the left rounder and nicely defended. Once again,
AJ Cochran with the sit spin in the 18 to clear that one out.
Haven't seen one of those since the 80s.
Felt like we were watching Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
So that would make him whom?
I'm going to go with Turbo.
There you go. 1 minute added. Coming up quickly. So about 40 seconds left here for the corner to start for Nashville SC. .30 seconds left, and then the minute added after that is what we anticipate. Sent in from the corner to the back post, headed down. Last touch, Nashville SC goal kick.
Played to the back post. Nashville trying to find that in traffic, unable to test Christensen.
So let's see what the Stripes have in mind here for the 1 minute of added. Christensen thought he saw something, had to regroup. Now he's got Carlton near the center line, settled down. Spins on Wynn, tries to free Romario, can't quite do it. Doyle is there, and then Washington cleared.
William Doyle has been outstanding for Nashville tonight with plays like that. Garcia's a stickler for the positioning on the throw ins.
And Carlton go back about 5 yards. Robinson sends it back to Christensen. And the Stripes will try it again.
Maybe one more opportunity here for Atlanta to build an attack.
Miles Robinson had an idea, was looking for Gallagher, intercepted. Sent with a little too much mustard to it, and that'll do it. And that'll do it.
Better first half for Atlanta than we saw last week. You still give up the early goal. Response was good. Second half has to be better from Atlanta. They have to have some of these attacking forays pay off.
We'll get into what Mr. Longshore thinks about the second 45 seconds. One goal happened in the 7th minute, Ropapa Mensah, and that has been the only marker on the scoreboard in the first 45 minutes. Nashville chasing after the playoff bar in the East. ATL UTD2 trying to act the spoiler. When we come back, we'll have all the halftime stuff for you from around the league, all the news and notes that's fit to print. He's Jason. I'm John. You're watching USL Soccer on ESPN+. Nashville SC leading a 1-0 at the break. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit Piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
Jason Johnson! You've got to be kidding me! Sabrina Pig! Alex Mendoza! Goal! Mendoza! Sunday the other way! Oh, what a goal! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba! Pure brilliance from Ricardo Pereira. Krasinski diving stop! Must-see TV.
Welcome back to Coolray Field. As the squeegees are out in between the first 45 and the second 45 minutes, we are trying to make sure that what was here in the early afternoon stays away. One goal on the board. And as you look at what's going on, this is what's upcoming just around the corner for folks.
Finishing here at home, ATL UTD2 has a chance to just build a little bit of momentum. It didn't start the way that Scott Donnelly and crew expected. This has been better. You'd like to see them finish strong with these matches at home in a row. Tough competition coming to Coolray Field, though.
But what they can do is they can act the spoiler in pretty much each and every one of these matchups, because this group that they're chasing, Tampa Bay's below the bar. Louisville City's trying to figure out where they're going to be. Charleston's trying to figure out where they're going to be, 2, 3, or 4, much like Louisville. And much like Pittsburgh, they're trying to figure out if they're going to be 2, 3, or 4 in all this mix.
It's something Scott Donnelly talked about after the North Carolina match. When you're facing teams that are fighting for playoff positioning, there's a different level of intensity in the match. For a young team like Atlanta, it's key to find that level of intensity and match it.
And then they finish up the season on the 13th against the Richmond Kickers. And then when we come back, we're going to let you know what else is going on around the league. Once again, halftime here at Coolray Field, 1-0 Nashville SC over ATL UTD2. Stick and stay. We'll have more just around the corner.
It's a heat-seeking service. LaGrassa heading it down. Hume! They score!
And it's headed away. Here's Saeed. He'll release it. He's going to fire, and he scores! Saeed Robinson gets the switchbacks right back in the game.
But too close to Jake Leaker. However, he gives it away. Powder going for the chip. He's done it! Noah Powder! For the overlap, then carries it into the middle. And that shot finds the back of the net. Outstanding.
Taylor tries to clear. It's blocked by Barajas. Alessandro Castro with the shot and the goal.
What a goal by Castro there.
Welcome back to Coolray Field. At the interval, Nashville SC leading ATL UTD2 by the score of 1-0. Playoff implications from a lot of the games in the East just around the corner, and we'll be letting you know what's going on with those scores as we go here. Let's talk about, Jason, some of the news and notes going on. The rebranding happened with USL, and now it's 3 separate colors, meaning 3 separate leagues.
USL Championship, USL League 1, USL League 2. Very clear, very easy to understand. I like just how much easier it is to explain this to people who are new to the league and want to understand how the levels work. This is very simple, very clean.
And you look at the championship, it's what's currently going on with the USL. USL League 1 is what was referred to as USL D3. USL League 2 was the PDL, and so that's where we now are now with gold, blue, and red. We look at the championship expansion coming into 2019. Some very cool markets coming online.
Some cool markets and some markets close to us here in the Southeast. Birmingham Legion, Memphis 901 FC, El Paso, Hartford Athletic, Loudoun United, Austin Bold FC, and New Mexico. Devin Sandoval, part of ATL UTD2, is already signed to join New Mexico, returning home to his home state. One of their first signings. We've seen a lot of excitement around what's going on in Birmingham and Memphis as they've introduced their brands.
Also some big name coaches coming to the fore as well. So looking forward to seeing 2019 and future notes with Chicago in 2020 in the East Bay coming up in 2021. Upcoming schedule, we mentioned playoff implications all up and down the board. You look at what's going on. Mentioned ATL UTD2, Louisville City, that's Saturday. Also on Saturday, you've got Charlotte and the Riverhounds. The Riverhounds match with Penn FC had been pushed back a half hour because of weather tonight. We'll keep you posted on that. Big rivalry from North Carolina FC in Richmond is also Saturday at 7. Half hour later is FC Cincinnati, top of the ladder. They are squaring off against Indy 11. Once again, getting ready for the second 45 minutes here. When it comes to Nashville SC, squeegees are out, trying to make sure that everything in the grass is what it is meant to be when it comes to the second 45. Highlights, stats, everything else just around the corner. It's Jason, it's John, it's ATL UTD2 on ESPN+. Stick and stay.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Jason Johnson! You've got to be kidding me!
Shot rear pin! Alex Mendoza!
Welcome back to Coolray Field, and pick your song choice. Led Zeppelin, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Milli Vanilli.
I'm going to go off the board and go Eddie Rabbitt, I Love a Rainy Night.
There you go. Okay, so it's 1-0 after the first 45 minutes. How did we get to this first 45 moment in time? 1 goal in the 7th minute, and that's where we are right now on the scoreboard.
Ropapa Mensah cleaning up on the back post. Paul Christensen's able to get down, make the save, but he can't keep it under wraps, and it pops out. Ropapa Mensah puts it away, gives Nashville the early lead, and they were able to sit and relax a little bit the rest of the way.
And then one of the guys who we used to see with ATL UTD getting some action with the 2.
Dangerous free kick opportunity for Andrew Carlton, makes Matt Pickens get both hands to it and safety first. Carlton had another free kick a few minutes later.
And you get it, just all the argy-bargy in the box, headed out, and then John Gallagher, one of the great stories of the season so far.
Great low shot, skipping in front of Pickens. There was a shout for a handball. Would have been a really difficult call for Garcia to make. Pickens makes the save, ball's bouncing around, turns into a little pinball inside the 6.
So when we look at the first half stats, is there anything in particular that sticks out to you in this first 45 minutes? Possession 64-36 Atlanta.
Not a shock. That's how ATL UTD2 has played really all season. Nashville 9 shots, 8 for Atlanta. Both teams with 2 shots on target. Pretty even game. Nashville's a team that doesn't have to have possession to create dangerous chances. Atlanta's a team that generally has possession, but they need to create more dangerous chances.
I was going to say, when you're looking at this next 45, it's like ATL UTD2 is getting there. They just have to figure out a way to get past that bar and get over the hump.
One big part of it is just switching ends. You know, it is more difficult to combine inside the attacking half on the half that's closest to us on the right side of the field. The baseball infield, when it rains, is very difficult to maintain. We've seen the inconsistency in it at times. Atlanta attacking the other end, you should get a more consistent bounce.
Scott Donnelly, what was his thought pattern and talking? What do you think the message was from Scott in the dugout?
I think Scott was probably happy with the bounce back after giving up the early goal, but two chances on goal is just not enough for 64% of the possession. Atlanta has to be more ruthless in the final third. They need to get Andrew Carlton on the ball more in the final third. More movement off the ball from Romario Williams. It's really seemed like Williams has been on a different page than most of his teammates tonight.
And at the same time, when you think about Romario Williams, he has been marked, if not double marked. Liam Doyle has been in his hip pocket for the first 45 minutes, and we've seen Justin Davis back there as well. We've even seen Matt LaGrassa drifting back to make sure that Romario's not getting the ball.
It's been Liam Doyle tonight for Nashville. He's been outstanding defensively. The Isle of Man international.
Nothing wrong with that. Give you some updates. Full time. Ottawa over Toronto FC by the score of 2-1. So Toronto FC 2 loses. 1 goal on the board for Ottawa. That's all they needed.
So now the flip side, we talked about Atlanta in the attacking half. It'll be easier for them in the attack to connect passes. They're going to have more problems playing out of the back, though, as they do try to play through the sodded infield.
So once again, the Stripes working their way from right to left as you look here in the second 45 minutes. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so. Large screen, small, mobile or otherwise here on ESPN Plus. Large projection TV maybe?
Yeah, that would work. I'm sure some of our friends in Nashville are getting together to watch this, maybe at a local watering hole.
So shout out to our friends in Nashville at the local watering hole of choice, keeping an eye on how things are. Ollie Shannon winding up. Easy grounder for Matt Pickens to start the second half.
We've seen Oliver Shannon score from there before this season. That one a little too easy for Matt Pickens. He's able to get down and smother it, not give up a rebound. But Oliver Shannon opens up the attacking chances early in the second half.
Kosuke Kimura. Carlton there. Sent forward with the left. Easy chest down. Too much for Gosselin there, so it's back with Nashville. Kimura thought about a drive, sends it past Carlton, but it ends up being a turnover.
Good defensive work from Andrew Carlton tonight, consistently harassing Nashville players, forcing turnovers.
Gallagher, Wheeler Amanu, Shannon sent with the right to the near. Jose Hernandez, Gosselin, Carlton, little give and take. Switches there. So let's see what the Stripes can do with it. Captain sends it in with the right, headed clear. Top of the box, Nashville with it. Michael Reed sends it out, looking for Mensah. Shielded by Miles Robinson very well. Sends it over to Jome near side. Ball just kind of popped up into the air. Nashville ends up on top of it, but there's a turnover there. Nice deke there by Gosselin. What can he do with it? Sends it in. Romario is clear. And then guarded there with the left, and he just missed. First real chance to spring Romario tonight, and it was just that close.
And it all started from Chris Gosselin. The little stutter step move to create space. Great through ball by Gosselin to Romario Williams. He's defended tightly, but he's able to create just enough space to rip one with the left foot wide of the far post. He beat Pickens, but he couldn't find the inside of the far post.
Got enough just to kind of post up a little bit and clear out with the right. Sent it with the left just across. First big opportunity for ATL UTD 2 here in the second half as we clear into minute 49. Big flick. LaGrassa thought he had it, didn't. Cute little heel by Romario to Gosselin, trying to spring Carlton in and around Kimura, but nicely done by the veteran to send it clear with the right.
Carlton lunging for that, tries to play the little okey doke around Kosuke Kimura. Kimura's seen that move a few times in his career.
Robinson and Gallagher. Wynn trying to shield off of the ball, and he does, but can't clear. Just quick with the left cleat. It's going to be an ATL UTD2 throw, I thought.
Took a touch off an Atlanta player. Alan Wynn shows his sprinting speed to close John Gallagher down there. Gallagher had left him, had a couple of steps on him, but Alan Wynn closed him down, ends up earning the throw for Nashville, and now they've advanced over the midway line.
5'10", 162-pounder out of Garland, Texas.
Alan Wynn was a great signing late in the preseason for Nashville. We saw him back in February when Nashville hosted Atlanta United at First Tennessee Park.
And whistle there, and looks like we're going to get a card on Mensah here.
That's not the first time that we've seen Rapapa Mensah with swinging arms. We saw it with Chris Gosselin in the first half. That could be a reason why we see Garcia go to the yellow pretty quickly here. Catches A.J. Cochran in the face. Again, not the first time. Remember the incidents with Gosselin in the first half.
And up here we could hear the words of Gary Smith. You've got to be kidding me.
Gary's always going to have his players back. We know this.
Yes. And the supreme vocality of Gary Smith.
Interesting now, though. Elton Garcia blows the whistle, stops the free kick, wants to have a conversation with A.J. Cochran.
Preventative?
I have no idea, to be honest. Now Garcia is going over to talk to Gary Smith.
No more.
He says that's enough. Not sure if all that was needed. The Mensah Gosselin bit in the first half wasn't ever really addressed, and that had me a little more concerned than that incident. I have to keep an eye on Mensah and Cochran and keep an ear out for Gary Smith the rest of the way.
All the way back to Pickens here in minute 52. And Liam Doyle, who has done tremendous work defensively tonight for Nashville SC. Looking for Hume, headed forward, but picked up by the Stripes defensively, but not out of trouble. Hume. LaGrassa, pinball, picked up Christensen.
Tucker Hume, you look at him and you see the 6'5" target forward. You don't expect him to be so good with his feet. Great ball there after it falls to him to pick out LaGrassa with a blast from outside the 18.
Miles Robinson with it now. Sends it back into the infield for Christensen. Nice little chip to get it clear. Kimura and Carlton going at it. Big switch with the right. Wide open. Romario just missed again.
What a ball from Andrew Carlton.
Amazing work.
He chests that around Kosuke Kimura. Hits this one with the outside of the right foot directly into the run of Romario Williams. Williams has a chance to go 1v1 with Pickens. Puts it wide of the far post.
Whew.
Garcia goes to have a word with Pickens. Garcia goes over to speak with Pickens. Wants the play to be brought back in quickly. Worried about time wasting early here in the second half.
Joam wins the joust. Carlton there. Sent back looking for the switch. Cochran doesn't get it all the way across, but Wheeler Ramanu's there. Right foot looking for Romario. Back heel looking for Carlton, picked up by Joam. And Nashville SC will get out of trouble. Miles Robinson there to keep any kind of a break from happening. Metcalf with Wynn. Carlton sending it, trying to spring Romario again. Pickens gets there first.
That's great work by Matt Pickens to get off his line quickly. Another good ball from Andrew Carlton. Carlton kind of dropping into the midfield, turning into the provider tonight. Nearly picks out Williams again, but Pickens read it well.
Nashville SC over at the far, halfway through minute 54. 1-0. The goal by Ropapa Mensah in minute number 7 is what's held up so far. Joam had 2 sets of stripes around him. A.J. Cochran there. Hume touches it last, and so Hernandez with the throw.
Hume pressured by Cochran, unable to keep control of that, gives away a throw in. And
they'll call Joam for the activity on the back of Andrew Carlton's front, which caused him to go down.
I believe it was on the back, actually.
Yeah, the back of his front.
That's one way to put it.
Sent into the box, brought back out. Gallagher. Let's see what happens here with the stripes. Passing patterns. Doyle nicely done, but sent in, picked up and juggled, but Pickens, and they're going to say it was last touched by the stripes over the inline, so it'll be a goal kick for Pickens. Stay up to date with all the best from social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL's social media channel. Miles Robinson in minute 56 tries to send it forward. LaGrassa is there, as is Taylor Washington now. Tries to do something with the left. Hernandez is there. Robinson and back to Christensen. Charging on the infield is Hume. It's a good idea to force Christensen into a side pass, and the stripes trying to just get out of trouble.
Nice ball by Ollie Shannon to get out of trouble. Picks out Jack Metcalf up against the touchline. Now Gallagher taking off on a run.
So did Hume last touch, or did Gallagher? It was Gallagher. They want it to go all the way back.
As we said, Elton Garcia is a stickler for positioning on throw-ins. Consistent. Nashville has all of their players on the bench up warming up. No one warming up for Atlanta as of yet.
And once again, reminder that Most of the starting 11 tonight was the starting 11 in the monsoon at First Tennessee Park over the weekend. That goes over the inline goal kick. But it was not without loss for Nashville SC. Lebo Moloto was injured in the 27th minute, chasing after a tremendous idea from Liam Doyle at the back, trying to make a slide volley into the net. Ended up going into the turf itself, and so he is not available tonight, listed as a knee injury. Bradley Bourgeois also out with a hamstring. He was questionable. He was not in the 18 tonight. But the other injury on the board was Chris Tierpak. It was an ankle, and he is listed in the 18 this evening. But most of this 11 that you're seeing out there for Nashville SC was out there against Charleston in the 1-1 draw. Gosselin, big right on.
Gosselin takes a step to the right and rips one from about 35 yards. Hit it well, just right at Matt Pickens. Really liked Chris Gosselin tonight, his decisiveness. He's played a little bit quicker than we've seen in previous appearances with ATL UTD2. That time he had the idea to shoot very early on, created the space, and went for his shot.
Gosselin and Hernandez. Good shoulder turn by Carlton, trying to work his way through the middle of it all. Center circle. Gosselin goes for the switch. Outside of the right foot with the chip. Goes over to the captain. Metcalf. Carlton. All the way over. Gallagher into the box, headed clear, but picked up by Romario. Let's see what he can do with it. Carlton, top of the box, tries to send it in with the right. Grounder, but he ends up with his own rebound. Sends it over to the far side, sent back in. Lining up and firing just over the bar.
Oliver Shannon tries to curl one in underneath the crossbar. A little bit of pinball in the attacking half for Atlanta. This time the cross ends up finding Oliver Shannon about 20 yards from goal. Tries to curl it inside the post and underneath the crossbar. He got the width right, but not the height.
About a foot and a half higher than he needed to. Looks like we're going to have our first substitution of the night here. Alan Wynn's night will be done. Looks like at the next dead ball. Ryan James set to check in. And that's a bit of a disagreement that time with Alan Wynn and Jose Hernandez.
Jose Hernandez goes up for the header, gets undercut a little bit, and now Wynn and Hernandez have some words. Garcia is calling Wynn and Hernandez both over. As you said, Alan Wynn is about to be substituted, but leaving with some fireworks.
Make your mark on the way out the door. It's Welton Garcia discussing the joust. Hernandez went way up the ladder. Alan Wynn was underneath him and wasn't going to surrender any part of it. So just the talking to.
Those are a tough judgment call for a referee. Hernandez has every right to go up for that header. Wynn, looks like this time Hernandez just went up first and came down on the back of Wynn, who, according to Garcia, had nowhere to go when was fouled. And now Alan Wynn will be leaving the match. Ryan James comes in, last 2 seasons spent with the Rochester Rhinos, played in college at Bowling Green. A lot of matches last year in Rochester. See how he changes the Nashville midfield.
Listed as being able to do both midfield and defense for Gary Smith.
That would not be in Alan Wynn's repertoire, so that is a little bit of a conservative move from Smith to strengthen the defensive side of the midfield.
Five 860-pounder out of Mississauga, Ontario. So let's see how the 23-year-old integrates after the whistle. Free kick from short field as you're looking at the baseball diamond. Sent in, easy pickup. Christensen juggles it, falls on it. So it'll be back with the stripes here in minute 62.
Christensen had to dodge his teammate A.J. Cochran as he was coming out for that one. Might have resulted in the slight bobble.
First activity for Ryan James there. Looks like Gary Smith's going to line up another substitution at the first opportunity.
You mentioned it, this Nashville group, a lot of them played a lot of minutes on Saturday against Charleston. Need to get some fresh legs here in the second half as Atlanta's been in control.
Gosselin and Hernandez. Hernandez was looking for Carlton, sent it one direction. Carlton was a little too wide. Here in minute 63, Ropapa-Mensah, LaGrassa. Activity all the way to the back, and Justin Davis. Switches there. Ryan James sending it with the left.
Nice touch by Miles Robinson. Doesn't come in, just blast that away. Actually picks out a teammate with the touch.
No whistle there.
Advantage.
Hernandez and Carlton over here at the near. Carlton trying to dribble out of trouble. Finds Wheeler Amanu. And the switch is there for Miles Robinson.
Atlanta needs to pick up the pace a little bit. Slowed down after a nice flurry at the beginning of the second half.
Back to Cochran. And Miles Robinson.
Atlanta substitutes are now up, warming up. Some firepower on the bench. Devin Sandoval, Jackson Conway, Laurent Kisiadu, Lagos Kunga, all attacking options for Scott Donnelly.
Cochran has to send it back to Christensen as Hume was pressuring.
Nashville dropping deeper in a 4-4-2. Two banks of four sitting pretty compactly in the midfield right now. And now dropping into their own half.
So let's see what ATL UTD2 can do to try to think through that math problem. But sprung is Ropapa-Mensah. Miles Robinson again, but he pulls up a chunk of turf. Continuing with it is Mensah. Big save by Christensen. Rebound in the net.
Miles Robinson goes for the tackle and mistimed it. Looked like he left a divot this time. Christensen with a big save on the first opportunity, but the ball seems to just sit inside the 18. No one can get on the end of it, and Tucker Hume touches it home. Christensen comes up big on the first save with the left hand, unable to clear it wide enough. No defenders there to help him clear, and Tucker Hume puts Nashville up 2-0.
Second goal in a row tonight where Christensen has been there to open the palm, get the first save, but then it ends up with a goal on the board. New substitution in for Gary Smith, and it's Bolo Akinyoti who will be coming in for Ropapa-Mensah. So Mensah's night is done after 65 minutes.
Akinyoti, a lot of USL experience. North Carolina FC, Bethlehem Steel, New York Red Bulls too. Came up through the New York Red Bulls Academy. Spent time with youth national team camps, both with the United States and Nigeria. Another player who can strengthen the defensive midfield. Now with a 2-goal cushion, Nashville can afford to sit back a little bit.
So let's see what the Stripes do here in minute 66. Once again, thanks for accessing us however you were doing so with USL Soccer on ESPN+.
It's going to be harder and harder for Atlanta to break down Nashville as they sit deeper.
Updating your action from around the league right now. Charleston, North Carolina, they are scoreless also in the 68th. Indy 11 at home at Lucas Oil, leading Tampa 1-0 in the 66th. FC Cincinnati leading 3-1 at City Stadium against the Richmond Kickers there in the 62nd. Penn FC in Pittsburgh. That one was pushed back to an 8:06 start, so they're just underway. They're in the 21st minute, and they're scoreless. Everything else is out west.
Goslin goes for the big switch, tries to pick out Jack Metcalf, overcooks it. Heads went down a little bit for ATL UTD2 after that second goal. Someone has to step up here and keep this team in the match emotionally.
Miles Robinson on Hume. Back heel looking Goslin for Carlton. Can't get control, and Nashville SC comes back out with it again.
Joam closes Carlton down quickly there.
Work with the left. Grounder looking for Joam with the back door, cleared by Hernandez. Kimura is there. Ryan James, and they'll reset. Akinyoti, all 6'2", 190 pounds of him right there at the back to help out with the back line. Robinson once again getting the better of Hume. And Gallagher will send it forward. Romario. Doyle will clear it with the left cleat, so it'll be an ATO UTD2 throw.
Perfectly timed tackle from Liam Doyle.
Tremendous work tonight at the back line from number 5. Cochran. James chests it down. Sends it back where it came from. Hume tries to send it forward. And Christensen is there, and he'll give to Cochran. To Miles. Gallagher. And a sweep and a whistle there, so that will be an opportunity for the Stripes to make their first substitution of the night here in minute number 69.
Homegrown for homegrown. Lagos Kunga checking in for Chris Goslin. Good performance from Chris Goslin, I feel like, tonight. A little more explosiveness from him than we've seen in some of his recent appearances. Kunga changes things a bit for Atlanta. He likes to play out wide. He likes to take players 1v1. We'll see how Atlanta readjusts.
Christensen way out. Top of the box in the infield.
Looks like it's Jack Metcalf who's dropping in to play with Ollie Shannon and Andrew Wheeler-Amanu in the middle of the midfield. Kunga will be out on the right side. Carlton's in a pretty free roll over on the left.
Shannon. Gallagher. Stutter step. Couldn't keep up with it. Goes to Nashville SC. Hume center circle. Tries to spin on Carlton. Carlton hits ball first. Hume takes it. Wants a call from Elton Garcia. Doesn't get it.
Andrew Carlton's put in the work defensively tonight.
Hernandez. Wheeler-Amanu. Looking for Carlton. Finds him. Akinyoti was chasing. Miles and Gallagher and Lagos. Lagos trying to get some work in amongst all those big bodies for Nashville SC, and it ends up with Nashville SC. Hume trying to track it down, but the Stripes get there first.
Hernandez recovering, gets a touch, pops it up into the air, and AJ Cochran wins it.
Metcalf sends it in, looking for Romario. Trying to steer out of trouble. Doyle clears. Hume and Shannon are there. Center circle, Miles Robinson here in minute 71. 2-0 Nashville SC. 7th minute goal, Ropapa Mensah, and then on the board, Tucker Hume with a goal in the 64th that made it 2-0.
Second goal was huge for Nashville. They are 9-0-1 when they score at least 2 goals in a match.
Carlton looking for Lagos. Gets it back off the deflection, winds up and fires. Ball looked like it was popped up into the air, deflected slightly, picked up by Pickett.
I think that did take a deflection on the shot from Carlton. I think he's trying to bend that into the far post.
How well do you know the USL? Test your knowledge in USLsoccer.com's weekly picks competition every week against experts from across the USL. And you too can be at the top of the ladder like Jason Longshore is on a daily basis. Here come the Stripes. Wheeler Aminu with an idea, winds up and fires. Superman punch to clear. Punches it over the outfield wall, so it will be a Creature Comforts corner kick over at the far side.
Matt Pickens, safety first from Pickens. It's a bomb from Wheeler Aminu, shot from 20 plus. Pickens doesn't try to catch. It's a wet ball, keeps it simple, punches that out wide.
How difficult is it to catch a wet ball?
It's not easy. You don't want to give up that rebound in front.
Headed opportunity, and that's going to go over the inline goal kick. Tuesday was a historic day for soccer in North America as the United Soccer League unveiled a new brand identity. We talked about it at the half. Streamlined structure that will see the USL Championship, USL League One, and USL League Two become a prominent part of the North American soccer landscape for the 2019 season. For more information about the USL's evolution, visit uslsoccer.com. Minute 73. Matt Pickens will introduce. Hume gets the joust, sends it as Joam is trying to chase. Christensen trying to figure out an outlet, finds one. Miles Robinson double team there, trying to dribble out of trouble. LaGrassa's there, Joam is there. A lot of bodies. LaGrassa has an opportunity here, but Shannon was there. Kunga comes out with it, going after Joam and Akinyode.
The response is great from Kunga there, but he has to be better. When Robinson spins out of trouble and plays it to Kunga, Kunga can't lose that easily. He recovered well. The defensive side was very good, but he can't give away possession that easily.
Carlton looking for Romario. Romario tried to look like he wanted to try to release Carlton on the give and go. And ends up back with Pickens, and so it goes back to Nashville SC.
Not enough looks on goal from threatening positions. Atlanta's shots in the second half have primarily been from distance. It's been a pretty easy night for Matt Pickens thus far.
And we mentioned the screen credit that Kosuke Kimura got for being a player coach. Pickens gets the screen credit in his first season as player goalkeeper coach this year.
Both veterans of that 2010 Colorado Rapids MLS Cup winning team that Gary Smith managed.
Joam on the near side, a lot of room to roam. Kimura on the overlap, sends it in with the right, looking for Hume. Volley just over the bar.
Miles Robinson goes for the header fairly low. Tucker Hume at 6'5" goes for the half volley and puts that over the crossbar. Don't know if Christensen had it covered. Dangerous chance for Nashville.
Minute 75 here at Coolray Field. ATL UTD2 trailing Nashville SC by the score of 2-0. Once again tonight, part of the story was the opportunity for the Stripes to play spoiler as Nashville SC is trying to get their way above the playoff bar and be a part of the postseason dance here in the Eastern Conference.
Andrew Carlton earns a corner in the far side.
So will be another Creature Comforts corner kick for ATL UTD2.
Carlton double teamed in the corner. He's able to find an escape route and earn the corner kick.
Lagos Kunga in support. A couple of runs being thought in, sent in, punched by Pickens, not cleared, headed in the box, deflected out, and finally cleared. And the Stripes will get another opportunity off a throw-in.
It was not convincing for Matt Pickens. Kind of goes halfway with the punch, and it falls down at the top of the 6. No one from Atlanta could get on the end of it.
Gallagher over at the far, Hume chasing. Shannon can do something top of the box. Lagos is there. Romario's there. Wheeler Aminu trying to dribble out of traffic and do something with the right. Pulls it back, sends it forward again. No opportunity for a shot, so the Stripes will regroup.
Gallagher overran it, played it back to Robinson, now Metcalf.
Looking to spring Lagos. Excellent work defensively by Nashville SC to keep the Stripes from turning the corner. Whistle, and it will go back to the visitors.
Been really impressed with Justin Davis playing at center back. Not his natural position, not a position he has a ton of experience in, but right there he just shields Lagos Kunga off and earns the free kick.
Indy 11 with another goal on the board in the 76th. They lead at home at Lucas Oil 2-0. FC Cincinnati still leading Richmond by the score of 3-1. Penn and Pittsburgh scoreless, as are Charleston Battery and North Carolina FC. Carlton heading toward minute 78. Hernandez with it. Metcalf with the switch to Miles. Center circle. Metcalf again. Goes with the big switch on the right, chested down. Kimura was there, but lost his footing. What happens here? Chip into the middle, nobody home. Nashville SC comes out with it. Or do they? Deflected temporarily, but finally cleared. Hume posting up on Miles Robinson, heads it out to the far touch. An FC Cincinnati game is now in delay as well. That's the ESPN3 game of the week. So that'll come back with shortly after 9 o'clock Eastern time for those of you staring at your timepieces. Doyle, Kimura tries to spring Hume, does not. That ends up with Cochran and Miles and Shannon.
Nashville playing a high line, condensing the field. There's really nowhere for Ollie Shannon to go. He wanted to look for a ball over the top. No movement, nowhere for him to go. He has to play short.
Looking for the switch. It's there with Hernandez, but Hernandez can't corral it as Jome was chasing, and so it'll be a throw for Nashville SC in minute 79.
Let's get into the upcoming matches for Nashville as they finish out the season. Big result that affects their playoff run. Ottawa gets the win today. Nashville does not have the easiest match next with New York Red Bulls 2. Then they have a couple that are fairly comfortable. They go to Richmond, they host Toronto FC, and then they face FC Cincinnati on the final day.
So their run in has some moments that they can take advantage of.
And has some really difficult moments as well.
Yes. Or as we discussed with ATL UTD2, it's about continuing to grow and evolve as players. Chase those next steps, figure out what those next steps are. It's all about development, and you can also be a bit of a spoiler along the way with the tough schedule that they have for their running.
It's all about that progression, that development. That's a great ball from Wheeler Amanu.
Too much looking for Kunga, but it ends up being a Creature Comforts corner kick that's going to be set up quickly as Doyle just tried to get rid of it, and he ends up getting rid of it over the inline over at the far.
I think Doyle was trying to play that to the right side of the corner kick flag, ended up putting it to the left.
So let's see what Andrew Carlton can do here as we turn into minute 81. Easy play inside the 6 for Pickens. So Nashville SC escapes that offensive opportunity for the Stripes. Big outlet available there from Pickens to Kimura.
No traffic in front of Matt Pickens. That was easy to get both hands on it comfortably.
Davis. Akinyoti. All the way back to Kimura. Kimura tries to send Jome. Tucker Hume sent instead. Does it stay in? Well done with the English. Jome trying to work his way in, tries to send it in with the right. Christensen lunged at it, but knocked down. Akinyoti keeps it in with Kimura now. So Nashville SC running around, keeping the ball in the Atlanta United half.
Switching it back to the right side, now over to the left. Justin Davis with the big switch.
James looking for Akinyoti. Right foot springs Hume, flags up.
Miles Robinson stepped up to force Tucker Hume offside.
And it looks like Jackson Conway is coming in, replacing Andrew Wheeler-Amanu here in the 82nd minute.
Conway will move up top and see how the shape adjusts around him. Jackson Conway, we've seen quite a few times here in USL action. He's still part of the Atlanta United Academy. A player who's been among the leading scorers in his age group nationally. Still growing as a player at this level, though. We've seen moments where he has looked up to the task. We've seen some moments where you can see it's still a work in progress.
5 matches so far for Conway this season. He's had 2 starts. 191 minutes in those 5 matches for ATL UTD2.
Academy players have been a big part of the mix for ATL UTD2. They've played 10 different current Academy players this USL season. That's the 2nd most in the league behind Seattle.
And the math was performed in ATL UTD2 when you're looking at the other teams that are similar to them. 5th youngest in average age, 21.8. 40 total players have played to this point of the season, and to what you were saying, 1/4 of those Academy players. Hume trying to figure out a way to turn and get inside. Ball was knocked out. It's going to be an ATL UTD2 throw. Gary Smith lining up his last substitute. It'll be on the defensive side of things. So it looks like we'll see London Woodbury at the next stoppage. Carlton chipping, trying to spring Hernandez, cannot. Shouldered where it just goes out of bounds over the end line, and that'll bring in the sub. And that'll be the night for Kosuke Kimura.
Kosuke Kimura finishes the night off, shielding Jose Hernandez off of that one. Smart play from Kimura, very smart player, intelligent player, helps this Nashville team out in a lot of different ways. London Woodbury spent the last 3 years with the New England Revolution. He's a former U.S. Youth International. His versatility is a big reason why Gary Smith brought him in. Started his professional career as a homegrown signing for FC Dallas after 4 years at the University of Maryland. Really nice mix of size and speed with Woodbury. A little more dynamic on the right side than Kimura.
One of the 5 Texans on the roster for Gary Smith, 6'1", listed at 168 pounds. Let's see what Pickens does here as we're halfway through minute 85.
Woodbury for Kimura, just a straight swap. Woodbury will slot in at right back.
Shannon sending it forward. Carlton with it. Akinyoti though.
Nice turn from Conway to pick out Carlton, but he's unable to keep it.
Hernandez on Hume. Hume sends it to the center circle. Intercepted. Stripes with it now. Shannon over to Gallagher at the far. Big right foot in there. Joam will get there first. And Joam just gets rid of it, sends it over the touchline deep in their far corner.
Gallagher overhit that cross. Had Jackson Conway, Romario Williams both a little bit closer to the near post. Gallagher puts it past the far post.
Miles Robinson center circle halfway through minute 86. 2-0 Nashville SC. Sending it in with the right again. Nobody home except for Joam.
Joam misplays it though, and it's a corner kick for Andrew Carlton. He's going to take it quickly.
Creature Comfort's corner kick sent in by Carlton. And the captain sends it into the mixer, headed clear. But what's Gallagher going to do with it?
Good ball in there from Metcalf, but Liam Doyle again up to the task.
Hernandez tries to find a body, headed back out by Nashville SC. So Shannon over to Gallagher. Big right again. Easy pickings.
Gallagher having a hard time tonight lining up as crosses. That time doesn't give Romario Williams or Jackson Conway an opportunity. Matt Pickens just too easy to gather that in inside his 6.
Right up the elevator shaft looking for LaGrassa. LaGrassa and Hernandez were going at it. Stripes will get there first. All the way back to Hernandez. Miles Robinson. And Gallagher. Looking for Jackson Conway. Lost his footing. Couldn't control it. Goes down to Pickens. Half speed chasing Romario Williams. Pickens will now try to figure out what to do with it here. He'll just send it deep. Once again looking for Hume in that 6'4" frame. Sorry, I sold him short an inch. He's 6'5". Early 88th minute here. Carlton tries to send it in, looking for Romario. Akinyoti is there. James sends it looking for LaGrassa, finds him. Akinyoti. And it springs Nashville SC. Slide tackle missed to try to knock the ball out. But Washington, great presence of mind. Nice dribbling exhibition there. Sends it back out to James. Akinyoti and Jome. Jackson Conway in pursuit. Tremendous work by that backline. Can't say that enough tonight. Doyle tried to send it over to James. And it looks like the substitution for Scott Donnelly. Looks like we're going to see Laurent Kisiadou.
Final sub of the night for Atlanta. Jack Metcalf, the captain, checks out. Laurent Kisiadou will be checking in. Kisiadou is a player we've seen on the highlight reel multiple times this season. Great 1v1 player, has a couple of goals to his credit. You need that at this point to try to break down this Nashville back line. We've seen the value of scoring early tonight. Gary Smith able to have his team sit deeper and deeper as the match goes on. Substitutions all defensive. Really haven't had to expend a ton of energy, and after that 1-1 draw on the weekend against Charleston, and with a busy schedule coming up, this has been the perfect antidote to that for Nashville.
A couple of minutes of stoppage will be added. Hume dribbling out of trouble. Big work by Miles Robinson. LaGrassa wanted a whistle, didn't get it. Kisiadou trying to work his way through traffic to Carlton. Back and forth all the way over. Gallagher. Kunga tried to grab it, couldn't do it. Sent down the far touchline, stays inbounds. Kisiadou from Miles. Trying to send it toward Romario. Sent straight up into the air. Frustration there by Andrew Carlton. 3 minutes added. And Elton Garcia having a bit of a discussion with Andrew Carlton there.
Carlton's played well tonight, just cannot build that connection with Romario Williams, Jackson Conway up top. It's felt like those two have been on an island. Romario's been on that island all night. Jackson Conway joined him, but their teammates can't find him. That's a lot of credit to Liam Doyle, Justin Davis, and this Nashville defense.
Shannon trying to spring Kisiadou, can't. Picked off by Nashville. So let's see what they do here in the final couple of minutes. Dribbling into the corner. They're going to turn the corner here. Trying to. Goes over the end line. They say last touched by the Stripes, and it's going to be a corner kick. So let's see what Matt LaGrassa will do here. Pittsburgh now on the board late first half. They lead Penn FC by the score of 1-0. Charleston on the board late. They lead North Carolina FC at MUSC Health by the score of 1-0.
That's a big help for this Nashville squad. If the results all currently hold, Nashville will be in a playoff spot at the end of the night. 43 points with a win here. They'll be 1 point clear of New York Red Bulls, who they face next. 2 points clear of North Carolina FC. 3 points clear of Tampa Bay, all the way in 11th, who's still within shouting distance.
And they're down 2-0 late at Lucas Oil against Indy 11.
It's been about as good of a night as you could ask for if you're a Nashville fan.
Hume posting up, looking for James, and touched last by the stripes. So it'll be another corner.
You know, the roadies in the assembly up in Music City have to be very happy with the performance from their boys in gold tonight.
Matt LaGrassa not happy with the ball that was placed. He picks up one of his own.
That could be a bit of gamesmanship as the clock ticks down further and further.
I would agree with you on that one. So give it to the big 6'5" guy in the corner. But ATL UTD2 comes out with it.
Good tackle by Conway.
Ollie Shannon tries to send it deep, and Spring Kissiadu can't do it. So it'll be a throw.
Very professional performance from Gary Smith's bunch today. They get the early lead. They're able to sit, just smother this defensive half and make it difficult for Atlanta to find any space to play in the final third.
And that'll do it. As good a night as you could ask for when it comes to Nashville SC. Big night for Gary Smith. He'll be happy with things if everything sticks the way that they are by the end of the play in the Eastern Conference. He'll look at the paper, or he'll look at the web tomorrow morning, and he'll sit there and go, all right, we're above the playoff bar. Other thoughts tonight from you?
Tough night for Romario Williams. Tough night for this Atlanta attack. They had a lot of the possession, but they were unable to make anything happen with it on the scoreboard.
So when we look at it, when we come back, we'll take one more look at what's going on and give you one final look at stats, highlights, all the other stuff. Get you ready for the weekend. He's Jason. I'm John. You're watching ATL UTD2 on ESPN Plus. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
Welcome back to Cool Ray Field. We're going to put a bow on this particular show. As good a performance as you could ask for if you're Gary Smith when it comes to Nashville SC tonight. Late news out of Charleston.
91st minute goal in Charleston. That puts Nashville into the 8th spot with North Carolina FC losing.
So here's how we got to the 2-0 final, and it was Mensah in the 7th minute.
Rapapa Mensah off the rebound. Paul Christensen makes the early save. Can't keep it. No one there to clear it out. And Rapapa Mensah on the back post, cleaning it up.
Wasn't the first time that would happen as we looked at the goals. Once again, Christensen gets a paw on it, but then Mensah ends up with it, and it's 1-0 after the 7th minute. Then Andrew Carlton.
Strong performance from Andrew Carlton tonight. Free kick forces the save from Matt Pickens.
And then Gallagher gets some work in the 40th.
Carlton again involved, plays it out to Gallagher. Gallagher with the low shot forces the save from Pickens. Pickens unable to catch it cleanly in traffic, but they're able to escape.
One of the few times Romario Williams got involved tonight.
Yeah, great opportunity for Romario Williams here. It's another ball from Andrew Carlton creating the chance. Williams has the chance, puts it past the far post. That was his best moment of the night.
And then another moment for Ollie Shannon to get involved. He's not afraid to launch from distance, and he did it again.
He scored from here before, and he tries to put it into the upper 90. Honestly, didn't miss by that much as we see it here. He had it inside the post, but not under the crossbar, unable to beat Pickens.
So frustrating night offensively for ATL UTD2. Opportunities were there, and then the second goal on the board for Nashville SC.
It's after this flurry to open the second half. Atlanta with all the play, all of the chances. They can't get anything to show for it. Nashville goes the other way and puts the game away. Tucker Hume, it's another rebound, another chance where Paul Christensen makes the initial save. No one there to clear it. Tucker Hume puts it away and wins the match for Nashville.
And then Tucker tries to celebrate and ends up going very, very quickly into the turf and not completing the slide that he wanted to do.
Might need to work on that.
Final numbers, anything stick out to you? We knew about possession numbers in the first half. It was like 64-36, but what stuck out?
It's possession for Atlanta, but just not enough to show for it. And a lot of this doesn't really show up in stats like this. It's about the game state. You give up the early goal, Nashville doesn't need possession after that. They're able to just sit back and soak up pressure. And in this open the second half, they're able to ride out that early wave of momentum from Atlanta. Scott Donnelly has his group fired up. They go out, they get their chances. They don't get a goal to show for it. Heads go down just a bit, and Nashville ends the match with the second goal.
The run-in continues to the end of the regular season for ATL UTD2. Next time for Jason and myself will be Saturday night here at Coolray Field. Lou City comes to town, and how can a spoiler be when it comes to the Stripes? We'll have the answers for you when it comes to Saturday night. So once again, Nashville SC, one of the best nights that you possibly could have. You are north of the playoff bar after you leave Coolray with a 2-0 win. But for the season and the growth of ATL UTD2, we will see that more on Saturday night. For Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Play it safe, everybody. You've been watching USL Soccer on ESPN+. Play it safe. We'll see you Saturday.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.